Of the NBA on 2K Sports with Grant Hill, Richard Jefferson, and our reporter Allie LaForce. This is Brian Anderson, and we also want to welcome in our 2K insider, Shams Charania. Thanks. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Jimmy Butler.
And a stat to focus on is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been working on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot better on D.
All right, checking out Golden State's opening lineup. Down low, it'll be the tenacious pair of Butler and Draymond. Brandon Podziemski out there with Buddy Hield, and it's Moody in at the 3. And for the Raptors, we've got Brandon Ingram, and it's Murray Boyles in at the power forward position. And it's the Warriors to start out. Here's Podziemski. Pass to Butler. From the top of the key. Yep, count it.
A guy like Butler will do whatever he has to find points. He always makes the effort out there on the floor.
Here's Murray Boyles. Here's Blunt. Knocks down the long J.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Outside, Green. Pass to Hield. It's hauled in by Mamukelashvili. And here are the Raptors now. And with their last win, they tied that epic Lakers streak of 33 straight victories set back in 71 and 72. You have to wonder how long they can possibly keep this up.
And while this has been a legendary run, this group seems to have a gift of the collective mentality to know that all of these wins don't matter if they don't bring home the Larry O'Brien trophy when the season is all said and done. It don't mean a thing if you ain't got that ring.
And Shams, you're on TV probably more than ever. Is that challenging? I mean, how often do you have to shave every day?
Yeah, BA, I always got to be camera ready. And in season, particularly with the Luka Doncic trade, that happened so late at night that I knew at 11 p.m. Central Time I had to be ready. And for me, of course, interacting with my sources and getting information is one thing, but being TV ready, being ready to be on camera, it keeps me busier than ever. I know I have to be ready 24/7, 365.
You always look good, Shams. You're always ready for TV, man.
BA, I'm just trying to be like you, man.
Pass to Butler. Now Green. 5 to shoot. Here's Hield. And the ball out of play. The Raptors will have it. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Darko Rajakovic. He said, let's be honest, Jimmy Butler is one guy we have to be aware of at all times. When it comes to a player who's as versatile as he is, that means the D has to be versatile too. That means showing Butler various looks and various defenders. Back over to you, Brian.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. And almost all of the lottery picks in this year's draft coming out of college. Shams, what's changed over the years?
Yeah, these players in college are making so much money. In some ways, players that are going back to school at times are making just as much, if not more money than they would if they're being drafted. So the NIL money at play is the biggest story. Players no longer have to necessarily sacrifice their earnings. They can get the exposure. They can get the college experience, the big tournament. Also, they can get the big bag, the nice pocket change as well. So whether you stay in college or go to the NBA draft, whether you want to stay abroad, but in most cases enter college basketball, there's a lot of money there in NIL.
Game's popular as ever.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor space.
Yeah, you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's running around the perimeter ready to fire.
Butler with the bucket.
You see how effective Butler is driving inside. The combination of muscle and athleticism is tough to stop.
Here's Blunt. And again, Toronto with a triple.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Pass to Butler. Back to Podziemski. 4 on the clock. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Knocks down the triple. Moody's got 5 points.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Toronto passing it around. And the Raptors getting another bucket right there.
He drops yet another dive, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Back to Hield. We've got 33 seconds left in the first quarter. And it's hammered home by Green.
Look at how effectively Green uses his body, disrupting the defense with the screen and making some room for himself.
A nice shot by Murray Boyle.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
Outside Podziemski. Pass to Butler. Soft touch off the glass. 6 points for him.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
And so it's Toronto with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. What has them in front right now? By and large, they're taking great shots. More NBA on 2K Sports. Makes some changes. Jimmy Butler's checked in for Post. Hield comes in for Payton. And it's Brandon Podziemski in for Curry. So on the floor for Golden State, Hield and Butler holding down the forward spots. Then there's Al Horford. Then there's Brandon Podziemski. And the one thing you hear about in hoop circles, the weak link theory. You familiar, Shams?
Yeah, you know, it's an idea that to win nowadays, you can't have a weak link for the other team to expose. You need guys that can play both ends of the floor, guys that can play defense, guys that can also spread the floor, that aren't a liability on either end of the floor. So we saw that in the NBA Finals, two teams clearly stacked with guys who play both ends.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Pass to Hield. Out to the wing. Outside Podziemski. The three is up. And it falls. 2 for 3 from the field so far.
Defensively, gotta close out a little faster. That's a look he'll make with regularity.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, Jimmy Butler is the complete package. Coach Steve Kerr said he's an amazing player. The skill, the strength, the ability to get to the line, his passing connects the game. And in the end, it goes beyond that. Just his presence out there. He's a lion. He's a force. Back to you.
One of the best. All right, Allie, thanks for the report. You know, Shams, last year we heard stars like Kevin Durant say they wish more attention was paid to the game. There is great attention paid to the game in a lot of different areas, and I know a lot of the older players are a little uncomfortable with that. Where do you stand on all of this?
Well, listen, VA, every player deserves to have their perspective heard, and they're the ones playing. They're the product at the end of the day. Trades, signings, free agency, coach hirings, firings, that's all a part of the game as well. I think everyone in the game understands that. For me, as long as I'm being fair, accurate, responsible with everything that I do and my information, that's all that matters. I think that's all players, coaches, execs care about.
There's such a threat to score. The defense can focus too much on Butler, and he found the open man with ease.
Down low. Here's Blunt. And he drains another one. He's now 10 of 11 from the field.
You want to know why they're winning? It's because of his play offensively.
He takes it in, drains it. Now he's 3 for 5.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
Timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. And the Raptors with some changes. Mamukelashvili's checked in for Barrett and quickly subbed in for Shed. All right, Shams, we know you got to hop back on your phone in case you have to break any news. Thank you for being with us here tonight. Great stuff.
Happy to be here, BA. Thank you.
And as always, it's terrific to get a visit from the one and only Shams.
I'm a little disappointed he didn't break a huge story here with us. That would have been a true Shams moment.
Raptors lead by 13. Blunt. And And that one drops for him. Blunt's got 8 here in this quarter.
They've now had assists on each of their last 3 buckets.
Pass to Green, outside Moody. Now here's Butler. Tries it from 19. Rebounded by Ingram.
Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than not.
Shot's good by Blunt.
Even with all the threes he nailed in the first quarter, the defense still hasn't made the proper adjustments.
Here's Green. Back to Hield. Green, a screen from the arc. Out to Hield. There's the triple. And that one's good. And Green with the assist. Hield's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Now here's Quickly, guarded closely. Yep, that one's good. And the Raptors lead by 17.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
And so it's the Toronto Raptors looking in total control with this 17-point advantage as the buzzer sounds. They put in work down low, getting in close and scoring in bunches. More 2K action in just a moment.
The Raptors' depth is being challenged. They're really going to miss Scotty Barnes. He does so much for them, but I'm thinking about the defensive side of the ball.
And now, how about that first half? Talk about a dominating display for the Raptors.
It's one side.
And that's it for halftime. Thank you.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. And one key for quality teams in this league, beating the opponents you're supposed to beat. What goes into that, Grant?
Well, B.A., they call them trap games. An opponent that, on paper, isn't up to your level, especially when they're missing key guys. The thing is, can you find that juice to take care of business?
They've got Emmanuel Quickly, and it's Mamukelashvili in at the 5. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Butler with the bucket.
I wouldn't say Butler seeks contact, but he sure doesn't turn it down.
On the wing quickly. Right side Ingram. Here's Blunt. That one's good on the sweet setup by Ingram. Blunt's got 36 points.
Backing up that last 3 with another 3. The defense has to stop giving them so many clean looks.
And it's Hield missing. Toronto leading by 21. Outside Ingram. Here's Blunt. Oh, again, Toronto with a triple.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Pass to Podziemski. Outside, Green. Back to Podziemski. Here's the 3. He drops it from range. Podziemski's got 8 points.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there.
Hits yet again. Wow!
Another outstanding game for him. He has been a consistent offensive force all year.
Only 3 other players in NBA history have more 40-point games in a season than he does. And Steve Kerr wants a timeout. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. And as the year comes to a close, let's take a look at how the Rookie of the Year race is going. Still lots of games to go in the new year, but here's where the rookies rank right now. Right in the thick of this season. He is the guy when it comes to Rookie of the Year. What a year he's having.
And this is the type of player you have to be excited about. There's no question he should be at the top of the Rookie of the Year rankings.
He has to be. The thing that's impressed me most is his mental toughness. He's got the kind of poise that you just don't see in a lot of rookies. Just an ugly show from him offensively. Yep, no way to describe it, just ugly, and that hasn't helped.
Shot's good by Blunt.
I just love the ball movement.
Here's Podziemski. Give him 8 points now. You know, Richard, the Warriors have the third most championships after the Lakers and Celtics.
Yeah, and 2 of those came as the Philadelphia Warriors, though, including the first NBA championship back in '47. And then they had the one with Rick Barry in '75. But most people know about their rings from the last decade or so in this dynasty.
And the Raptors, another 3.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Warriors have come a long way during the Curry era. Draymond Green said, quote, "We built this thing up from the laughingstock of the NBA. I take a great deal of pride in that. I think about this organization like it's mine."
And got it! Another basket!
His elite offensive play has made its mark here once again.
Now second overall in career 50-point games. Fire up that GOAT conversation.
Certainly, Michael Jordan, the guy he's just passed, is dead center in that ongoing conversation around who is the best ever.
Butler, good.
It's just one of those nights where he's been very good, but his team is losing, and that's just an odd feeling.
Pass to Murray Boyles. Here's Blunt for 3. And yes, another basket. Oh, he's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
The BA, it feels like he can't miss.
Back to Podziemski. 1:06 left in the third. Shot clock at 6. Here's Butler. And it's Toronto with a rebound.
Give the defender credit. Willing to challenge the shot. Lots of other guys just let them score there.
The Warriors have gone 4 of 8 in the third. Pass to Moody. Now Green. And here's Butler outside. And that one's good. And Green with the assist. Green's got 3 assists in the game.
Unselfish offense leads to Butler getting something in rhythm.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. And again for 3. Whew, you can tell he's feeling it right now.
BA, he's on fire.
Golden State has gone 2 for 5 from 3 since halftime. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy. Butler's got 11 in the second half.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
At the end of the third quarter, a huge... Steve Kerr with some words for his players.
Move it to the next guy, drive and kick, let it come out in the wash, all right?
Steve Kerr asking his... And Grant, the NBA has made it clear it's an 82-game league with its participation policy, levying fines for teams resting star players.
Yeah, BA. But, you know, at the same time, we've seen some, advocating for reducing the number of games, like Warriors coach Steve Kerr. They're arguing for quality over quantity. We'll see how it plays out.
On the floor for the Warriors. Down low will be the tenacious pair of Butler and Draymond. Buddy Hield is out there with Brandon Podziemski. And it's Moody in at the 3, the small forward. Pass to Green. Butler taking his time here. Just 5 to shoot. Lets it go from the wing. And it's Battle with a rebound. For Toronto, they've got just 3 of 9 shots to go in. Struggling this fourth quarter.
Oh, looks like somebody came out this half on a mission. And his intensity on offense, it's been fun to watch.
Pass to Green. To the inside to win the run. Outside for Butler. Lets it go from deep. Offensive board. Moody, good.
That's a blue-collar bucket right there. Grown man basket. Put in the work. Got a second chance to score.
Here's Blunt. Nails it from beyond the arc.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Raptors.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And they're getting ready to notch their 33rd win of the year.
And with this one all but in the record books, they set the tone in the first of what will be only 2 meetings between these teams.
Here's Hield. And so the ball out of bounds. Hield touches it last.
I'm not sure what he was thinking. That's a weird pass.
Some changes for Toronto. Abaji comes in for Mobo. And it's Dick in for Shed. Pass to Blunt. The 3-ball. Another one goes. Incredible. 71 points and no end in sight.
He's in the zone. The defense looks helpless.
Outside Hield. Green, a screen. Tries the spin move. Looking to get it going. Offensive rebound. Outside Moody. Launches it. And the three-pointer goes.
Look at Hield's unselfish approach. He's working to find everyone a look, not just himself.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Blunt connects again from distance. Man, he's really launching them from outside the arc.
Man, so locked in, feeling confident in his three-point shot tonight.
Outside Podziemski. Back to Butler. Pass to Green. Good, and Butler gets the assist.
Used the pick to perfection and got all the way to the rim.
Fires from way outside. Misses the shot. So no problem for Toronto as they get the win. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen, but you've got to appreciate their masterful performance.
And I'm sure their fans appreciated it too. We saw the outstanding defense and a loaded offensive effort. They were just dominant out there.
And that'll do it, folks. For Grant Hill, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.